Okay, happy Sunday. So, what do you all have? I know everyone is doing such a nice job with taking care of themselves. And so, anything you want to celebrate in that way would be amazing, or anything you're proud of.
Well, this one's kind of weird, but I'll share it anyways. We went to a 40th birthday party last night, and I had all intentions of just having like a couple cocktails, but I had way more than a couple cocktails. But um, I woke up this morning and I, I mean, surprisingly, I felt good. I wasn't really like hungover or anything, and I feel like I'm going to contribute that to just eating better. And I mean, I drink a lot of water anyways, but I think I've been drinking more. And so I think it's just all the good stuff I've been putting in my body maybe helped me help me heal faster. I don't know, but normally I would be a headache or nauseous or whatever, feeling nasty. And I didn't. And so I mean, I'm thinking it's just because. But then today I was super lazy and I didn't want to do anything, but I rode that bike and I was dripping. So I'll pat myself on the back for that.
Very good. I do feel like this is teaching us to be so in tune to every feeling we have with our body, though, which is interesting and great. Awesome. Who else wants to share? Oh, Lauren, I see you.
Well, I shared in our thread yesterday, but my husband's friend, he was on a guy's trip this weekend, and apparently they're like, "Oh, you must eat healthy." And he goes, "Listen, guys, we eat healthy at home. If the sweets are in the house, we eat them. So we don't keep them in the house that often. But yeah, generally we do, but we still have fun, whatever." So they got to talking about that. And then his friend said, I need to get one of those bikes. And Chris is like, "Well, I'll have Lauren hook you up," literally handed him his credit card. And we did it over the phone and got him his bike ordered. He got the Mix Plus 2 with the weights. And I saw him today. He dropped Chris off. And I was like, "Yeah, just keep an eye out for the phone call, and for the delivery. And then once you get the delivery, we'll get you set up with your access and everything." And I said, "I'm so excited for you." He's like, "I'm excited too." He's lost a lot of weight recently too. So I think he's just ready to like keep that journey going. But I just like of all things that this surprised me. I did not see this coming. I did not see like a sale or a connection or a new customer coming out of my husband having a weekend away with the guys. So it's just good to know that he's my advocate and full supporter too.
That is awesome. Hi, Kelly Trush. We're doing celebrations and things we're proud of.
Can I celebrate something? Okay, I just made myself a delicious and spicy as fuck dinner, and I can't have any fucking dairy. So I'm running around the house. I'm like smashing cold peas up against my lips. Megan's texting me. The call is starting. I'm like, oh my God. We've got raspberries here. I'm just trying to distract myself. Nothing is helping. Oh my word. So that's a win. No sour cream or ice cream for Kelly. Just cold peas on her lips. I'm like literally en fuego. My guts are like hot fucking lava right
What
now.
did you have?
Well, I brought home some sweet potatoes from station, and they were maybe the reason why they were available is because they couldn't sell because they were too spicy.
Oh my.
And I mixed them with green chilies, and then I put fried eggs on top. Anyway,
What about lime juice? Isn't that supposed to help cut like the acid supposed to cut the heat?
if it
I don't
had
know.
occurred to me to cut open a lime and rub it on my face, I would have it with me right now.
Tequila shot, maybe.
Oh my God. Because water makes it worse, you know? I mean, I don't know how it all works, but that's the fact.
Well, good job.
I hope you get some
Thanks.
relief. Yeah.
You just are about to finish 2 weeks too of following everything, right?
That's right.
Good job.
It's been really great. I mean, challenging and really great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I'm happy to see all you beautiful people. Welcome back, Rebecca.
Oh, yes. We missed you last week. Anyone else want to share? Anything they're excited or proud of? All right. I'll just share too, like just having my parents here this weekend. This was my first test in terms of for real, just sticking to the nutrition piece. And I realize how many times in our funness that we just had all weekend that I just really restrained from eating things that would be like quick handfuls here and there. And I just feel so proud. And I woke up every morning feeling really good. And um, I just feel like this is going to definitely be something that's beyond 4 weeks for me. Um, and it's fun. I mean, my dad is making better decisions and my mom too, which is really cool to see too. So it's fun that we're all kind of in this together. So I'm very proud of that. And I will tell you the two people I've helped so far this month have definitely been attracted to this gut thing. So, and one of them is Target guest that shopped in one of my older stores I worked in that's always just followed me on social media from like 5 years ago. So that's kind of fun. And then the other one is old Target acquaintance. She still works for Target in a different field, but she was like, she just like friended me from a long, like I hadn't even connected with her. And she was like, this just was all meant to be. She's like, I have such terrible pain in my stomach. Like I couldn't even take my daughter to ballet the other day because she hurt so bad. So anyway, I just think this is going to be such a cool tool to continue to help people with. That's really rewarding because I think it's been eye-opening to me how many people really struggle with like different kinds of pains and things because of their gut health. So anyway,
We
kind of
ate dinner tonight, and I almost instantly had like that like abdominal pain. I was like, what did I eat that is not sitting well? And it took like 20 minutes, and then it finally went away. So I figured out what it was. I'm like, I ain't not eating that anymore. Forget it. So whatever. But yeah, it's amazing how much you do pay attention to what you're eating and just how it either made how good it made you feel or how it made you feel bad. So we're enjoying it.
Aaron, you should share about Steve and like the long journey of getting him there.
I am just so freaking happy. It's been 2 whole weeks. He,
Steve is Aaron's
well,
husband.
oh yeah, because he's been watching. I mean, he obviously knows what I'm doing for the last 2 years, and he finally, for the last 2 weeks, has ridden the bike. He's gone for walks. He's like, I'm gonna go downstairs and ride. I'm gonna go downstairs and ride. I'm like, so I'm very happy. I'm excited that he's doing this with me. I mean, I like make his lunch every day, but I'll be like, you need 2 more green containers and you need 2 more red containers. I don't even know what that means. Like, well, it's all like laying on the counter, all the sheets. I've printed them all, but okay, I'll just pack it for you. So, but he's doing it, so it's good.
Good job. That's so cool. All right. Does anyone else want to share anything? Yeah. Trisha.
We too went to a 50th birthday party last night, and it was at a waffle restaurant, which is difficult. So, when someone picks your menu, what you have to eat. But I felt like I did well. I had done well the whole week, so I didn't really want to wreck it because I don't know what you all do, if you do the scale every day like some people do or not. But I mean, I just woke up this morning and like my hands were so swollen, and I felt like I had done a pretty good job last night. Like I mean, I did have a cocktail, but I didn't like order the waffle or order the chicken and waffles. But I was surprised. I mean, I still was down, which I was really pleased by, but I just was surprised that just that little bit would make like I couldn't get my ring on. So I don't know if it was just, salty stuff or whatever, but I definitely felt different. And things that I did not let myself have this week, I was really only sad about for like 5 minutes. And then I'd look back the next day and go, I'm so glad I didn't have that. Like that, how long would that have lasted as far as the donut in the teacher's lounge Friday afternoon, or, the bagels that we had at lunch, they were decisions at the time that I felt like I was depriving myself from, but I wanted to just stick to it. But then within hours, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. I'm so glad I didn't do that. And, I mean, not to be mean, but when I bring donuts to my class, I always give it to them at the end of class so they don't get tired during my class, but they'll maybe get tired in the next person's class, which I know is not great. But I teach high school, so I only have them for 45 minutes. So I always do it like in the last like 15 or 20 minutes. So I know what it does. So it's just interesting.
Good job. That's
Trisha,
super interesting. Go ahead, Kelly.
well, I was gonna say, the other night I put some mustard. I mean, it's a mustard barbecue sauce that we have at the station, but it's basically just a doctored up mustard on some salmon for dinner. And I totally forgot that it has a little beer in it, and beer is glutinous, right? And I mean, I've been really sticking to this, and I've never like I mean, I'll just be honest, like scoffed at people with gluten allergy, or well, there's a difference between people who have celiac and people who just don't eat gluten, right? Like whenever someone says, "Do you have anything gluten-free at the table?" I'm always like, "Give me their gluten. I love it." But okay, so anyway, I'm 2 weeks off of it, and I'm telling you, it must be from just that mustard sauce. And for the rest of the night, my stomach was like distended. I mean, I felt it immediately. And I've never gone so long. Oh my gosh, you're showing off, Leah. Um
Kelly, is there sugar in the barbecue sauce?
I mean, it's mustard, and I don't think there's a ton. The mustard, I'm
Nice.
sure in the regular one, but in the mustard barbecue, I don't think so much. I think it's just mustard and a little beer that I didn't account for. But I've never gone so long with a clean slate to be able to tell a difference like that, you know? Anyway, it just makes me, you said you woke up with your fingers swollen. Like I am sensitive to things now that I never was before, because I'm really treating my body like the temple that it is.
Good job.
Thanks.
That's so fun.
I'll just say really quick, I have 2 days left on the refresh, the 21 day. And I've been bringing my fruit to school to eat, just because that gives me a little bit more time before lunch to have something to eat. And I've had different things. So like the kids every day are like, what are you eating today? What are you eating today? And so on Thursday for an Easter, instead of, they're going to get their little basket or whatever, but instead of just doing like donuts or all sweets or whatever, we're totally going to have a fruit sampling day. And I'm going to bring in a star fruit and pomegranate seeds and mango and the different berries and that kind of stuff. So the kids are super excited about it. So I just thought that was kind of fun.
That is so fun. Good job, Barb. All right, Mom, do you want to share anything that you
I
got?
just want to say it's so fun to see your sweet faces.
This is my
What
mom.
a
I think
wonderful
everyone is my
day, time.
Yes.
Sunday night, what a way to start the next week, right?
Yep. Yep.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Everyone's sharing their wins and successes, even from the week or from gut protocol.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
We've done
awesome.
pretty good this weekend.
Yes.
Yes. I said until you, no, it's okay that you told Campbell it was gluten-free pasta, but then he was like,
I didn't realize that.
yeah. Then he was like, ew, I
It was
knew
delicious.
it was delicious. So cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'll hand it over to Rebecca. And then I'll hand it off, or I'll finish this up.
All right. I loved hearing all of your wins. And I think something that's so powerful for us as coaches when it comes to the gut protocol is it really puts us back in the seat of being a beginner, especially those of us who've been coaching for a while. Sometimes we have a hard time remembering what it feels like to be a beginner, what it feels like to have to learn everything so deeply again, what it feels like to have that all or nothing mindset again, what it feels like to experience something so different, what it feels like to get into social situations and people ask questions about, or, make side comments about what you're eating or not eating or whatnot. And I think it's important for us to remember what that feels like to be in those shoes, because those are the people that we're helping. And to kind of go off of this, and as you continue to share this journey, and the reason that this is so powerful and resonating with so many people isn't because it's a gut healing thing, it's because of how you're sharing it. And that's what I want to point out to you tonight, that the same kind of response they're having, you can have the response with any program, your group coaching. You are sharing it uniquely, whether you realize it or not, because you are going through it for the first time, and you're sharing everything in such a way that you're describing it to them. You're painting a picture to your audience in a way you've never painted a picture to them before, because it's a new experience for you. And because it feels new to you, you're trying to explain to someone what it feels like. And all of us now know you can't actually explain what it feels like until you're actually doing it. But because you know that, you're trying to explain. So it's like, instead of saying overwhelmed, you're describing overwhelmed without using the word overwhelmed. You would, instead of saying like gut issues, you're describing your gut issues without saying gut issues. Without saying like, I feel amazing, you're describing what amazing feels like without using the word amazing, because you're trying to portray, you're trying to share this because you're so excited about it, because it's made such a difference. And as you continue to go through and as you continue to share this, one thing that you either have experienced or will experience, or you've seen it or you felt it, or it's been hesitant of you to share because of it, is the like pendulum of diet culture. And I saw this thing on I saw this post on Autumn's story today, and it was super, super powerful. And another way for us to really share what we're doing and why we're doing it. And especially because Kelly said something about, that you're sensitive to things you never were sensitive to, but the truth is you were sensitive to them before, you just didn't know it. And we have now become aware of it. So Autumn posted this thing on her story from Dr. Will Cole on Instagram. And it says, choosing to eat foods that don't love you back repeatedly is like staying in toxic relationships and wondering why you're still miserable. Choosing to not eat foods that don't love you back isn't restrictive, it's self-respect. You can't heal your body. You can't heal a body you hate. And so he goes on in the caption to talk about how everything is diet culture. And if you don't eat gluten, or you don't eat this, or you don't eat that food, you're like, oh, you're so restrictive. You're all about diets and restrictive and can't have foods and blah, 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 blah. And I have already had people say that to me about, oh, well, I thought you weren't into diets. I thought, why are you dieting? It's only 4 weeks. It's this diet, 4 weeks, your diet has an end date, blah, 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 blah. And really it's a misunderstanding of what we're doing and why we're doing it and the intention behind it. If I was cutting out gluten and artificial sweeteners and whatever in order to shrink my body size, in order to become smaller, in order to fit somebody else's standard of what I should be, that's diet culture. If you're cutting or restricting foods to heal your body and find out which ones love you back and which ones don't love you back, that's learning about a toxic relationship, learning about the possibility of a toxic relationship. That's opening your eyes to possible toxic relationships of things that you have been consuming. And how can you separate that? How can you separate yourself from that situation? It's leaving toxic relationships in your life. And nobody would bat an eye if you said that about a toxic personal relationship with you that you have. But because it comes with food, and we live in this pendulum of diet culture, it is like this fine line that we walk. And I think as coaches, it's really important for us to remember that we are that front line that people are coming in contact with. And so how we're sharing it matters. And kind of along these lines, but also beyond this, because what happens when the gut protocol ends, or what happens, you get to decide if this is something you keep doing or not. You get to share that journey with people. But I think what I was saying in the beginning, I heard a metaphor last week that I absolutely loved. And the metaphor was talking about how we talk about coaching, how we talk about our challenge groups, how we talk about gut protocol, how we are going to talk about fire and flow, how we're going to talk, whatever you're talking about. When we talk about your ecosystems, what we talked about last week, inside your ecosystem, you're going to be talking about your business at some point. And the metaphor was, people aren't going to join you because of the gas. They're going to join you because of the destination. And what she meant by this is, if somebody was on social media talking, like, you've seen them and they go these really cool places, they vacation really cool places, they travel really cool places, and you probably know they know something about getting there. Like they figure it out. Like, I don't know how they do it, but they've clearly traveled a lot. They have experience in travel. You would like to travel, but you don't really know them super well. And then they start sharing about like, oh, I can help you travel. I can help you travel. I can help you go to your dream vacation. I can help you, go to the place you always wanted to. It's going to feel amazing when you get there. And when you work with me, I can get you all the gas it's going to take to get there. And I can get you all the restaurant passes that you're going to need to get there. And I can get you this really supportive text community. You can like text other people that are traveling. And I'm like, cool, I don't really care about any of that stuff. And I don't really want to work with you because I don't really know what you just told me you could help me travel. But what if that person had told me like, had scripted out my dream vacation, like the memories that I was going to make with my kids, where I was going, how long I was going to be there, like described what it would feel like to be relaxed and enjoying a vacation without saying relaxed and enjoying a vacation, I wouldn't care about the gas or the restaurant stops or anything else. I would just want to get my car to that place. So often we talk about the community, or we talk about the programs that we get access to. We talk about Shakeology. That's the gas in the car. If we can just describe where we're going so vividly, people are like, all right, I'm there. Like if that person on social media could describe my dream vacation for me, laid out step by step, I wouldn't ask any questions. I would be like, all right, let's go. And that is the difference when you have people who are like, all right, yeah, just a challenge pack, whatever, like deluxe. Yeah, go ahead and put me up with like, here's my credit card, like Lauren had, because you had connected with them in such a way that you're describing the outcome. You're not talking about every single step of the way. You're not talking about, all the things they get. They don't really care about all the things they get. They just care about where you're taking them. The difficult part, I think, for coaches, especially experienced coaches, to understand is that 2-3 years ago, people cared about all the things you got. The destination piece, you didn't really have to describe that. Now people are emotional buyers. The whole world shifted in 2 years, and we're highly emotional buyers right now, which means if it makes us emotional, we're either going to buy or not buy. Picture of where they want to go, you describe it to them how they're going to get, like, this is where I'm going to take you, then they're in. Whatever it takes, they're in. People are highly emotional buyers. So as you're thinking about your ecosystem this week, and as you're talking about your gut protocol, this is why your gut protocol is hitting a little bit different for yourself and going to be hitting a little bit different for your people as you go, because you are emotionally attached to this, because you are doing it. You are very emotionally attached to it, and you're describing it with more emotion than you've described things in the past. I know, because I watch your stories, I read your posts. So the emotion that you're sharing, the description that you're sharing, the way that you're describing gut issues without saying gut issues, because most people aren't saying gut issues, the way that you're describing how you're feeling in such detail, besides, X amount of weight, X amount of inches, is different. It hits differently. And that description, that, oh my gosh, I want that feeling, that's what's going to bring people into the gut protocol. And if they get in, and when I say gut protocol, I mean, they may get into your ecosystem thinking that they want the gut protocol, and you may be like, okay, maybe the gut protocol isn't the best place for you to start, but they're coming into your ecosystem because you're describing something that they want, an outcome that they want, a destination that they want. So as you're sharing this week, become aware of that, become highly aware of the emotion that you're adding, because it's bringing about a whole different vibe. And then before I hand it over to Megan, in case you haven't seen this, it's public knowledge now, so I guess I can share it. Beachbody is no longer operating, or they're transitioning out of operating OpenFit, which, if you weren't aware, they owned OpenFit. And OpenFit was a kind of like a Beachbody on demand without coaches. So that you didn't have to have a coach to sign up, and there was a whole bunch of online or like virtual workouts, and very similar to Beachbody on demands, not super trainers, They're no longer operating that. They're combining it all under one title of Beachbody. So OpenFit will be no longer. And from what I understand, they will be transitioning the OpenFit workouts into the Beachbody On Demand platform. So we will be getting those workouts. Not that they may or may not resonate with you. Like Bar Blend came out the same time as Extend Bar on OpenFit. Like everything is really, really paralleled. There's a lot of reasons why they did it, but it's no longer working. And so they're combining under Beachbody. So if you start seeing stuff about that, it's all over the business news because of the investors and all that kind of stuff. It's not really something we have to worry about. It's not really something we have to think about, but just know that that's probably coming, and it doesn't change anything about Beachbody On Demand. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because a coach asked me over the weekend if that was going to change Beachbody On Demand. No, if anything, they're just going to add workouts to Beachbody On Demand. So as far as I know, there's no price change or anything like that. That's just a technical thing that probably none of you guys even realized, but someone asked me about this weekend. So in case anyone else is hearing it, it's public knowledge now. So.
All right. I didn't even know what that was. Cool. Well, thank you, Rebecca. I love the metaphor you shared and everything. Thank you. Okay, so moving on, and I know it's already 8, so I understand if you have to hop, or 9 where some of y'all are, but I just am excited to continue to share a little snippet of my continued journey with Unleash Her Power from Within. And just a reminder, this program, it's about discovering who it is that I am and we are, and having the courage to unravel any patterns you've built over time that you don't wish to keep. It's not about changing who I am, it's about having the courage to be more of me. So that's the purpose of this program. And just to, I know like Trisha wasn't on some of my original teachings with this, but basically our identity is based off of the decisions we make and the habits we make every day. And then with who we are, we're either operating from a power or a state of empowering beliefs, like badass beliefs about ourselves, or we're operating from disempowering beliefs, which could be driven by fear or doubt or any of those kinds of descriptions. And I learned the tool that I love so much, that's helped me so much with, I guess, anxiety, which I still have a hard time admitting. But basically, the tool that I shared is that when you have my old self creeping in, or that worry or that fear, I learned the 4-step tool that I shared with you all. And the first one is the first step of that tool, quickly, just to summarize again, is being aware that you're having that emotion or thought or feeling. The second step is investigating that and asking yourself, is that true? And then the third step is restating in your mind what the truth is. And the fourth step is declaring that new truth, or the real truth. And then moving on from that, I talked about that the people that inspire us and that we follow and love is because we have that in ourselves. And so we practice writing down the descriptions of the people that we see as role models. And we replaced our names and said, if I have a role model that's driven or successful or high energy, we replace it by saying, I am high energy, I am driven, I am successful. And then building on that, we talked about showing up, this triangle method, and how we show up. We need to always have good physiology and good energy. We need to be thoughtful with the words that come out of our mouth. And we need to think about where we're focused, because where we focus is where our energy flows. And then building on that is the thing I'm excited to share with you. So we're writing a statement that is our new self. And it comes with a new name and everything. And KK is the instructor of this, and she is the bomb. So the video I just watched this week is her creating her statement, and it's 5 minutes, if that's okay. And I'm excited to play it for you. And so it's called, we're creating our incantation. So here we go. Let's see, I'm gonna hopefully do a good job with this. Oh yes, share my screen. Okay, can you see me in this? Okay, good job. And I hope you can hear it too.
My purpose is to
Can
use
you
my
hear?
gifts. I'm not going to be invisible. It's to use my gifts of joy, energy, peak state to inspire other people to positive actions in their life for their reasons and not my own. And I'm going to do that with nothing but my lips and my insights and the force of my powerful identity. And she was like, that was good. And I was like, you're right, that was good. Let me write that down really quick. And what ended up happening is that after these 3 days, I had this stack of notes on myself. I don't know, it's kind of similar to a stack of notes that you have on yourself. And I said, you know what? Move the couch. And I moved.
I can't hear her anymore.
And I started pulling things from different areas of the exercises that I had done over the last several days and just plugging them into this thing. And I was like, well, where did I mess it up in the past? And I was like, well, I struggled with this and here's a solution. So I'm going to program that into my mind. And what ended up happening was that after the 3 days, I had created this like manifesto. And I went to my girlfriend, Katie, and I was like, dude, I think I just did something epic. And this is it. From back in the day, I wrote it, and this is how Sasha Fierce was born. And she sat there. I said, let me read this to you and tell me what you think. I said, you know what? This is my year of full expression, where I live in energetic alignment with my true and my highest self, where all of my decisions are rooted in love. I am feminine. I am joy. I am delicate. I am playful. I am guided. I am balanced. I am divine. I am spiritual. I am present to the beauty in all things. I am connected from my head to my heart, to my spirit, and the force of my powerful identity. I live a life of health, vitality, and pure energy. I only nourish my body with the fuel that gives me strength, light, and love. I am hands down the most committed person that I know. I am the type of woman that is obsessed with the human body, health, and biohacking. I prep my food for the car and the airplane. I always order the healthy meal when I'm out with friends. I use non-toxic and natural beauty products. I hate eating sugar and I make my own biohacking treats. That category was health. That is my outcome. That is my ideal. I said, what else do I care about in my life? The second pillar of my life was my divinity, my self-expression, my connection. So I said, I live in grounded connection with my essence, the earth, and the connection that I have to my creator. My divine femininity is my greatest quality. I am the type of woman that dances and stretches and breathes deeply and loves yoga and listens to my body. And the third pillar that I cared about, I said, you know what, Katie? I wrote down 8 pillars. All I care about is 3 right now at this stage of my life. That next one was career, with mission, all lumped into one, with my finances in one chunk. And I said, I live in overflowing financial abundance. I know exactly where my money is, how and when it comes to me, and exactly how to grow it. I'm amongst the smartest business minds of my generation. I create, grow, and scale multi-billion-dollar businesses. I'm the type of woman that touches an idea and it turns to gold. I know exactly how to monetize an idea, and I'm excited to grow money. My purpose in this life is to use my gifts of joy, energy, and peak state to inspire people to positive actions for their reasons and not my own. And I do that by using nothing but my lips and my insights and the force of my powerful identity. And then I iterated and I refined. And this was not the first draft. This is maybe the 17th draft. But then I was like, damn, that was pretty good. That's the life that I want to live. That's the truth. That's my essence. I said, but you know what? What if I added another element of my what? What if I infused a little more emotion into this? What if I utilized my physical body? So I found this song that I loved. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play this song and then I'm going to record myself in a peak what? And then I'm going to play the song with the mantra, and it became this experience. And I'm going to play it for you. I didn't plan on doing this. I'm just going to play it from my phone. I'll plug it on my microphone here. And so what I ended up doing was recording this and utilizing the energy, from my body, and then creating it in a more peak state. And then I utilized this exact thing to program myself. And the more that you program yourself with it, the more that your mind remembers, the more that your body remembers, and when you get your body engaged in it, right? Motion creates emotion, and emotion equals life. I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to play it once it loads. Are you with me though? Are you guys seeing how all these things are coming together? I see some of you like stretching and you're nervous. I know you're nervous. Don't be nervous. I'm going to walk you through it step by step by step by step. And tonight, all you're going to have is a first draft. You might have half a draft, but today is just about letting it rip and being messy. If you're with me, say yes.
Yes.
So listen to this. This is like minor cringe though. So, I only do this because I love you and you're my family. And I would not play this for anyone else in the external world. But listen, it's crazy and it's wild, but is your life worth it? Are you willing to do something a little crazy and wild if it meant that you could go from old self to new self? Because I promise you guys, everything you hear in here, I catch myself doing. I catch myself slicing apples before an airplane. And I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like, holy moly, I'm the type of person that preps my food for the car and the airplane. I'm out to dinner and I order something nice. And all my friends are like, gosh, I wish I could do that. I was like, yeah, I'm just the person that orders a healthy meal when I'm out with friends. And I'm like, did I just say that? What's going on? And these things naturally happen to me because I programmed it that way. So every single morning I would wake up multiple times a day and I would play this. It loops 10 times in a row. And this is what I program myself with. Can you hear that?
Okay. Let's see. 1 second. I need to learn how to turn
Minor
this off.
cringe, but you'll get through it.
Okay. 1 second, sorry. Okay. I don't know how to turn it off. Okay. Ta-da! Wasn't it amazing? So, I mean, hopefully you can feel the fire of this KK who's taking me through this training. But I just think what a cool opportunity I'm starting to compose mine on this like long sheet, this long worksheet I have. I actually love hers. I'm like, that could fit for me. But the idea is for us to write our own. And I know, Rebecca, you said you have a recording of yourself that you listen to get in that state sometimes too. So anyway, I know we're going a little late, but if you guys like, I'd be open to continuing to share these little snippets with you because I think that they're pretty powerful. But any thoughts on what you guys just saw? Okay, well that's fine too. But anyway, I hope you liked it. And I do think there is something about us over the course of our years picking up habits that don't serve us. And so when we're trying to really live our best life in our fullest potential, creating a mantra that we can listen to and build on is amazing. So anyway.
I would say that what she said was empowering. It's giving you the control to be the person you want to be.
Mm-hmm. And I love how she said, like, it's a little weird and a little crazy, but are you willing to do something a little weird and crazy to become the person that you want to become? And like, that is like so true about like every aspect of what we do, not only inside our business, but outside our business. But, some people think what we do as coaches is weird and crazy. Well, yeah, but I'm willing to do something weird that you think is weird and crazy in order to become the person that I want to become. And the same thing. And what she says about like your body remembering it, it's so true. Like every time I get in my car now, because we have a 30-minute commute from our house to school, to the girls' school. And so every time I would get in, they would pick whatever they want on the radio, and in my headphones, I would have playing on my phone. And so now every time I get in my car, even when I don't have that playing, I'm still playing it in my head because my body remembers the habit of being in my car and hearing myself say my mantra, whatever you want to call it, my vision over and over and over again, and just continue to play on repeat the whole way to and from school. So every time I'm in the car now, my body automatically remembers it, and I will like subconsciously start just repeating it to myself. So she is definitely right about the more movement you can get in your body will start picking up that habit.
She said, I love when she said she goes out to dinner and she orders something healthy and her friends are like, oh, you're the one who orders healthy and when we go out to dinner. She said, yeah, I program myself to do that. That's amazing to think of programming yourself in that way. Because really, like, all the bad stuff is programmed in there too. We just gotta relearn it, right? Thanks for sharing that, Megan. That was really cool.
Awesome. It's been such a treat. I mean, it's 12 weeks and I'm a little behind because they're sometimes over 2 hours long and I listen to them like on my car rides, but I'm learning I don't want to be driving because I want to like do the workbook alongside it. So, but I think of you all every time I listen. It's so good.
Thanks, Megan.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you guys all for coming and I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I know, next Sunday is Easter, so we can kind of talk about what we want to do that way, or maybe do a different day or something too. But I love these connections, and thanks, Mama. And, and Berkeley loves these calls too. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Oh, let me in the pick. No, Joy, I don't want to get in the pick.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.